Right, let's all
Hi guys, welcome to today's lesson on how to play Roll With It by Oasis. So, relatively short solo here, and not the easiest to hear on the track, so it took me a little bit of working out. So basically, a classic bit of Noel Gallagher, you know, keeping it really simple. I'll do a live one of these at some point because he does play a slightly more extravagant solo when he plays it live, and that's really cool. But so we're just going to keep it nice and simple and go through the solo. Right, I'll see you in a sec and we'll begin. Right, so basically I've just got a little bit of delay on this. It sounds like he's got delay on the track, which is one of the reasons it's been quite hard to transcribe certain sections. It's quite low in the mix as well, so anyway, yeah, especially for a solo. But we'll go through it. I think we're pretty close to the original, so let's crack on. Yes, it's, as I say, it's very simple. It's only going to be a handful of notes. So basically, we're just coming from, there's a little arpeggio around the G chord. Let me turn my volume up a bit. All around there. And we start by sliding from the 7th fret to the 9th fret on the D string, okay? Okay, so that's an A note to a B note there. Oh, just about to see the 9th fret in there, right on the edge, that's the 9th fret. Then what we're going to do from there is hammer on from 7 to 9, then 7, then back to 5, 7, 5. All on that D string. So we're only playing G, A and B. Those are the only 3 notes. So basically this is in G major, sorry I haven't said that. So we're only playing basically those 3 notes for the first part of this solo. So we've got let it ring, bit of vibrato. Same there, let it ring, bit of vibrato, first finger on that 5th fret, okay? Now the next bit, this is the bit that took me ages. In the official tab book it has it tabbed here, which is a B note, 4th fret on the G string. I think it's 9th fret on the D, which is also a B note, so either of those work. Do whichever you prefer, basically. 5 of them played like that, so I'm actually going down, 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 up, down, like that. And then I'm going to go to the 5th fret, that G note. 3 of those on the 5th fret. I'm doing all of those down, so you could do them all up as well, whichever feels more comfortable to you. So, and that's going to be something we're going to do a few times basically, but the first time it's just like that. And then to end this lick, I'm going to go back to that hammer on 7 to 9. It's going to be very similar to the bit we just did. 7 to 9 hammer on the D string, 7 on the D, 5 on the D as we work our way down that scale. And it sounds like 7th on the A, but it's a very short note. So it is quite hard to hear. That took me ages of going, is it this one? Is it this one? But I think it's the 7th fret on the A string. But if you find a note that you prefer, you go for that one because it's so low in the mix. As long as it's in the G major scale, it will sound great. So you could play the same note twice or something, whatever. But anyway, that's the note I think it is. So that first lick is just this. Okay, so 5, 3, and then a little run through the G major scale, ending on that E note there. Second time through, the first bit's exactly the same. 5 9s, 3 5s. Then we're going to play 7th fret on the D string, and this time we're not going to hammer onto the 9, we're actually going to do a bend. Oh, sorry, that was a terrible bend. So we're just going to bend that 7th fret down. It should be a tone. That's the note we're aiming for. There we go, get there, Paul. Then back to 7th fret. And then we're going to play 5th fret. And we just end it there. If any of you see my other videos know, I'll have a tendency to slightly flatten those bends, and that's a really bad habit of mine, so don't do that. It's supposed to be a tone bend, but it's quite a fast bend, so if I play it more at tempo, you'll hear what I mean. So you could hear that that was not a I mean, it's kind of a semitone bend is what I'm actually doing there when I do it at full pace. So again, it's a little bit of, I think he was aiming for a full tone bend, but he has a tendency, like me, to slightly flatten those bends. So he's doing it more as a semitone bend. So that's what I've been doing. That's what feels more natural to me. And it sounds like that's what he's doing. But anyway, so that's a little bit of, again, that's going to be whichever you prefer. But that's how I would play it, like that, with a little semitone bend there. Yeah, so I do it with a semitone bend, but a full tone bend would sound great, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, that's kind of, it's hard to tell sometimes with it's your own habits putting on. I think he's doing a semitone bend there, because it's so fast, you see. Well, not so fast, but because of the speed of it. Anyway, I'm meandering on. Let's do the next lick. Same start. We've got basically 5 nines, 3 5s, then we're just going to work our way down the scale, 9 7 5. There might be that E note again, but it's really hard to hear, so I've not been playing it. And we're going to go to a G chord. So what it is it's really hard to tell where the overdub comes in, because I think that G chord's an overdub with another guitar. But it's hard to tell whether it's the same guitar or not. Anyway, the joys of trying to transcribe. So I'm playing it like that. 5 of those 9s, 3 5s, then 9 7 5, and then a G chord. As with all Oasis songs, those 2 fingers are on the bottom there. You could do it as a G5, which is basically deadening the A string without your first finger. That sounds cool as well, and that's very Oasis, but as the natural thing, I always put my first finger down. And again, choose whichever of those you prefer, G5 or a normal G. I think they both sound good, so it's very hard to pick out that note, and so it probably is a G5. And definitely 2 fingers on the bottom. Then we're going to go up to another G chord. This time it's a D-shaped G, so it's going to be 7th fret on the G string, 8th fret on the B, and 7th fret on the E. Okay, like that. So that's a G chord. The root notes, whereas my ring finger is, 8th fret on the B string is a G note. It's my root note. And I'm going to play G string, then E, B, G. I've got a little bit of delay on, but actually my delay's a little slow. It should be slightly faster delay, and you hear some of those notes come back around. Like that. So that's it basically. Yeah, the first lick, really nice. Simple slides. Then we've got a repeating lick where we do 3 different endings, classic Noel Gallagher, and then we end with a G chord and a G chord. So well, let me play it through a bit slower than tempo so you can hear that, and then we'll wrap this up. Sip of very strong coffee had, and that's it basically. So right at the start of the video, got me playing at tempo. That's obviously a much slower version. There's a couple of notes, as I mentioned when I'm talking about it, that I did find quite hard to know exactly what they're going. So that happens sometimes when you're transcribing it, and that's why you'll often see the same song transcribed in the same guitar magazine, and they've transcribed it differently 3 times. There's always going to be those little notes, and this is one of those solos where I had 1 or 2 of those little notes. So hopefully it's good enough for you guys. It sounds right to me now. It's taken me a long time to get here, but hopefully it's good enough for you guys. Hopefully you guys find it useful. It's a really cool solo. It's quite a good beginner solo. And as I said, the live versions, he expands on it a bit more, so I'll do one of those at some point as well, because I really enjoyed listening to a few of those. So yes, if you did like the video, please like the video. Yeah, good English. But it really helps, and I do genuinely appreciate it. And if you want more cool guitar content like this, head over and subscribe to my channel, because there's lots and lots of different songs, not just Oasis, but lots of other stuff as well. I'm going to try and keep getting more and more content out every week. Yeah, and please comment on the video again. That really helps me if you do that. And I'll see you guys again soon for some more, probably a more Oasis, let's face it. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.